Ahead of the FP1 and FP2 MotoGP Brazil, Marquez is starting to be wary of his two toughest rivals from the start of the season, Bezzecchi and Pedro Acosta. Bezzecchi and Acosta's level is real, but we will try to get as close as possible to them, said Marquez, as quoted by Motosan. Marquez hopes to redeem himself in the first MotoGP race at the Bagnaia circuit this weekend, amidst the uncertainty. The baby alien has already achieved 4 wins at the new track, although he remains cautious upon his arrival in Brazil. Well, I used to be a specialist. Of the new tracks we've been to, like Portimao in Indonesia, I'm not a specialist there. So we'll see how we adapt to this track. It's true that it's a short track, which means we'll be doing a lot of laps, and it won't feel new anymore. On Saturday, a longer track is much more challenging, and you can improvise a bit more. On a short track, it's just a matter of positioning yourself and paying attention to every detail because you're doing a lot of laps on the same corner, Marquez told DAZN España. For Marquez, what happened in Thailand is a reflection of what could happen throughout the rest of the year. It's real. Hopefully, we'll be much closer, but Bezzecchi and Acosta's level is real. Because in the last 6 races last year, Bezzecchi and Acosta were almost always on the podium, so their level is real. They are 2 fantastic riders who know how to race. They have great synergy with their bikes, and we have to work to get as close as possible and try to beat them, said Marquez with a smile. Meanwhile, Bagnaia is confident in competing on a new circuit like Brazil, but he admits that sometimes he struggles and other times he's competitive. Bagnaia is approaching the new Brazilian Grand Prix with a mix of curiosity and caution, considering the circuit is still unfamiliar to all the riders. It depends. I usually like going to new circuits, but it depends. In Hungary I struggled a lot, but in India I was very competitive, so it depends. Usually when we have a new circuit, there's a test with all the riders or at least a test rider. We didn't do that here, and we haven't done that in India in recent years either. Bagnaia admitted that the lack of prior testing at this circuit could be a handicap, something that's not common in MotoGP. Similarly, Pedro Acosta arrived in Bagnaia eager to compete there, coming in as the championship leader. The young rider, always somewhat cocky in his comments, Acosta had neutral expectations before hitting the track. Honestly, I rode around the circuit yesterday and I think it could be an interesting circuit, especially with so many turns and so many overtaking opportunities. So we'll see what happens, Pedro Acosta told DAZN España. We have to take it easy. At least we'll have plenty of time in FP1 and PR to do a lot of laps, to get the hang of it. This is only the first race. I've said my goal is to be in the top 5, and so far we've done well, but of course, we've only done it once. Tough times will come. Others also want to be at the front, so I'm focused on my own race, Pedro Acosta confidently asserted. Valentino Rossi's protégé, Bezzecchi, boasted after defeating Marquez in the first race of the 2026 Thailand MotoGP. Marquez, if you start with fear, you'll start with defeat, and I didn't even have that fear last year, Bezzecchi said confidently. Bezzecchi also remembers the great name of Valentino Rossi, who he believes has been a significant influence on his success. In the paddock, Bezzecchi is often described as a highly dedicated rider with a strong character and straightforward personality. He himself admits that this description fits him perfectly, Several important figures have influenced his development as a rider, including Valentino Rossi. The Italian rider had the opportunity to spend time with Rossi at the academy, observing his work methods and learning from his advice and that of other, more experienced riders. However, his family played a crucial role as well. His father instilled the value of hard work from a young age, taking him to the workshop and accompanying him to races for many years. To this day, his father remains a part of his inner circle and has been a key figure during Grand Prix racing. My father always accompanies me to the races, and Rossi always gives me great encouragement, explained Bezzecchi, who deeply values Rossi and his father's presence during the most stressful moments. Bezzecchi's contract extension with Aprilia, announced at the beginning of the year, was one of his first major moves in the rider market. The Italian rider explained that the decision was based on mutual trust between himself and the team. According to Marco Bezzecchi, Aprilia showed confidence in him even during difficult times, after a challenging season. This attitude was crucial for strengthening the relationship between the two parties. It's a mutual trust. Aprilia trusted me last year, even though I had just had a difficult season, said the Italian rider, who also admitted that he received other offers before deciding to stay with Aprilia. However, his priority is finding stability in a solid and forward-looking project, something he says he has found at Aprilia. He also appreciates the public support he has received from Aprilia Racing CEO Massimo Rivola, who has expressed his belief that the partnership between rider and team can produce extraordinary results. Aprilia and Bezzecchi's biggest challenge right now is to defeat Marc Marquez and claim the World Championship crown. If there's one name that inevitably comes up when discussing the championship title, it's Marc Marquez. Bezzecchi emphasized this, saying the Spaniard is the clear favorite to beat. Without a doubt, Marc is the favorite. He's the reigning champion. It's going to be a tough fight. If you start with fear, you'll start with defeat, asserted Marco Bezzecchi, who has never been afraid to face Marc Marquez.